Hey everyone! Thank you for joining me again this week. So today I wanted to do a sort of get ready with me / spring makeup tutorial. I hesitate sometimes saying that's a tutorial because I don't think I'm all that great at makeup, so it's mostly just going to be you watching me get ready, and if you like the look, then you can try the look out yourself. I think today, since it's going to be sort of a spring look, I want it to be a little bit more on the colorful side and maybe a little bit more of like a dewy finish versus like a matte finish, which is usually what it's what I always gravitate towards is the matte finish, because I tend to like that better. I have oily skin, so I feel like dewy looks just don't really look that good on me, but I'm going to attempt it today and just see how it goes. So for primer, I'm going to use the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. If you are also wanting to do a dewy look, I recommend maybe using a primer that's supposed to have a dewy finish versus just a regular one, or one that has a matte finish. I do not own a primer like that, so I'm just using my regular primer instead. And again, for foundation, just because this is all I have, I'm going to use my Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Liquid Foundation. This probably isn't the best to use for a dewy look, but it's all I'm working with right now. So if you want to use your own foundation, that's perfectly fine. Obviously, a liquid foundation is better for these looks than powder. And then to cover up some of my redness, because I am breaking out a little bit. So for that, I'm using NYX's Color Correcting palette, obviously using the green color. Probably should have put this on underneath my foundation, but... And then for concealer, I'm actually going to be trying out Kat Von D's Lock-It Cream Concealer. I just got a little sample of this from Sephora, and I've heard good things about it, so I'm eager to try it out. And I think the color that this one is in is L3 Warm. So hopefully the color seems to match pretty good. Put that in. Might be a little bit too dark, the concealer. So this I'll definitely only be using this to cover up blemishes and not for under eye circles, because it's going to be too dark for my under eyes. Okay, so for my under eyes, I'm going to go back to the NYX Concealer Color Corrector palette and use this shade right here for my under eye circles. Just applying it with my finger. And then I'll be using NARS Cream Concealer in Chantilly for my under eyes. Tried and true triangle. Sorry if the light kind of keeps going in and out. There are thunderstorms coming, so there's some light and then it goes away because of the storm clouds. So for contour, I don't think I'm going to do any like crazy kind of contour, just because I want to keep it like kind of like a light and fresh sort of look. So I'm going to go into my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit and use the Fawn shade, and I think I'm just going to do my cheekbone contour. And then for highlight, I'm going to be using Clinique's Chubby Stick Sculpting Highlight, and the color is in Hefty Highlight 01. So I'm just going to be putting that in the areas that I normally highlight, and I like this one to use for highlights sometimes when contouring, just because it has like a little bit more radiance versus the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. The highlight in there is just a matte shade. So this should hopefully add a little bit more to the dewy look that I'm trying to go for. A little bit underneath my chin. And just a smidge bit on my forehead. I'll just use my beauty blender to blend it in. I'm going to be using this NARS blush in Gulu. I have no idea what that word is, but that's the shade. Just a nice light pink color without being too Barbie pink, I guess. Ooh, it's starting to rain. It's really starting to rain. For a little extra added highlight, I'm going to be using my Mary Lou highlighter from The Balm and just putting that on my cheekbones. So I think I'm going to be using Kat Von D's Shade and Light Eye Palette. This is the Plum palette with some purpley plum colors in there. And I think I'm mainly going to be using these three shades and maybe not so much this dark purple one. First, I'm actually going to take some of my contour color in Fawn again and just put that in my crease. Just to add a little bit of more shade and depth before I start. Okay, so first I'm going to take the first shade, the main base color shade in the eyeshadow palette, and I'm mainly going to be putting that on the outer half of my lid. In the crease, I'm going to be taking the crease shade right here. I'm going to take my blending brush, blend it out. I'm going to go back into the palette and use the lightest shade in the palette, and I'm going to be focusing that mostly on the inner half, I guess, of my eye. I'm going to go a little bit further up into my crease as well. It's almost like a cut crease, but a softer cut crease. Okay, then I'll be taking the base color and just putting that underneath my eyes. Ooh, it's getting very sunny out. Again, my apologies if the lighting is terrible. For eyeliner, I want to do, I think, a colored eyeliner. So I think I'm going to try NYX's, one of their Vivid Bright liquid eyeliners. And this one is in Vivid Blossom. So it's very much a lavender color. This is what the applicator looks like. I'm going to do just a small winged liner, nothing like too heavy or too crazy, I don't think. Or at least I say that now, and then sometimes eyeliner has a mind of its own and you want to go for a small, modest eyeliner look, and it turns out being a big, thick, long winged eyeliner. So we'll see how it goes. The brush is already being annoying. That's annoying. Alright, so that's what the eyeliner looks like. It's still sort of drying down, so it'll still get just a smidge bit darker. I curl my lashes, and I don't think I am going to do false eyelashes today. For mascara, I'm using Buxom's Lash Mascara. I'm not a huge fan of this mascara, but it's what I grabbed. Just because I'm not a fan of the brush, you have to be very careful when you're applying the mascara to not get it on your lid. Which, now thinking I probably should put it on my mascara before my eyeliner. I'm just gonna have to be extra careful. Because I'm not wearing false lashes, I'm just gonna do a second coat of the mascara. Alright, and then for brows, I'm going to be using my Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. And this one I think is in number 3. Yep, number 3. So first I always brush through my brows. I'm going to be using their Ready Set Brow Clear Brow Gel to set the eyebrow pencil. And then I'll be using their Benefits Highbrow to highlight underneath my brow. Finally, for lips, I am going to be using Kat Von D's Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in Requiem, and this one is sort of a lavender color, I guess, but with quite a bit of pink in it as well. So I think that just goes with the whole look really nicely. Okay, and then last, I think I'm going to try out NYX's Dewy Finish Setting Spray. I have their matte setting spray and I really like it, but I haven't tried their Dewy Finish one, so I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but we'll see. Okay, so that's it. That is the finished look. I just put my hair in a nice high ponytail with my cute little floral headband. So I hope that you guys like this tutorial or this get ready with me. Let me know if you do like it and if maybe you try it out as well. So once again, thank you guys so much for joining me this week, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye!